Best YouTube channel out there.
What's up, guys? Today we're doing something a little different. Today we're gonna go get some food. I'm gonna go try one of Philly's most famous Philly cheesesteak spots. So I'm gonna hop on the Telaria, do a couple wheelies, talk about the spot, ride there, and see what we can get into. Bike is at 83.9 volts. I'd say that's good enough to get out there. Let's ride. Basically, we are gonna head down to South Philly to try one of the most popular Philly cheesesteak spots when you think of a Philly cheesesteak. Now, historically, there are two really big places that come to mind when it comes to cheesesteaks in Philly. So if you're a tourist here, you probably will end up at one or the other. Now, the names of these two locations are Pat's and Geno's. And ironically, they both are right across the street from one another. Oh, I love this bike so much. Nothing like a fresh charge. Just rips, absolutely. But anyways, back to the history. Pat's was actually the original cheesesteak spot here in Philly. So Pat's opened in 1930, and it was created by Pat and Henry Oliveri. So originally they actually had a hot dog stand, but they're generally credited for actually making or inventing, if you will, the Philly cheesesteak. So if we're talking who is more OG, it's technically Pat's King of Steaks. Now, they had pretty much no competition for a long time, all the way up until 1960, when a man by the name of Joey, I think Gentry, opened up Geno's right across the street from that. So this is pretty much where all of the rivalry started, because you have two pretty OG Philly cheesesteak spots, and they're right across the street from one another. Woo! Been loving getting cozy with this foot brake. It just makes riding this bike even more fun. So the name of the guy that started Geno's was actually Joey Vento. Joey Vento. And they started Geno's after they had a cheesesteak stand at some location in the city somewhere previously. And they started right across the street, like I said, from Pat's King of Steaks. Now, the rivalry between those two really became big when the movie Rocky came out. Obviously, da-da-da, you know Rocky. That came out in 1976, and that really helped kind of amplify the beef, if you will, between the two. Pardon the pun. The real difference between the two sandwiches is in the meat. So basically, Geno is known for slicing their meat very thin, whereas Pat's is known for cutting it up into little tiny bits. So just a little bit difference of execution on the meat there between the two of them. How ironic is it I'm talking about Rocky and Eye of the Tiger comes on my headset. But anyways, where we're heading is to 9th Street and Passyunk Ave, which is sort of like an epicenter for cheesesteaks. There's more than just Pat's and Geno's there. There's a number of other cheesesteak spots all in and around that area. But as we'll see here shortly, it's a big location for tourists to come and try cheesesteaks. Now, today is actually Veterans Day. I didn't even look ahead to see if they're actually even open, but I would be hard pressed to believe they're closed today. Just so in love with this bike, man. So in love. So we're gonna start moseying our way down there. I am curious to see how much it costs. So today I'm gonna be getting Geno's. Actually, in a video a couple months ago, I went and got cheesesteaks with my buddy Willie Stunts, who was in town visiting, and we got Pat's King of Steaks, which sandwich is okay. I've had Geno's before. I think I'm inclined to like Geno's more than Pat's. So that's just, you know, from my experience, at least what I'm expecting. So I'm excited to get a sandwich from Geno's today. Now again, these are directly across the street from one another. I will say Geno's typically has a longer line than Pat's, so I don't know what that means. Maybe it's because their sign is a little more flashy, but we will see how busy it is here in just a little bit. Now guys, I will be honest, I don't know if it's just because I'm from the Philly area, but a Philly cheesesteak is generally my favorite type of sandwich. So like, even if I'm not in Philly, if I see Philly cheesesteak on the menu, I love to get me one. I just love the cheese, the bread, the meat. It's just such a good combo altogether. I'm also not a cheesesteak snob. Due to the rise of Barstool and Dave Portnoy, Angelo's is actually another cheesesteak spot in the city that it's become ultra popular. So maybe if you guys like this video, I'll do a video on Angelo's. That's also a super popular spot. They're known for like their seeded bun or whatever. I've actually still never gone there because every time that I've ever driven by there, there's a line out the door and around the corner, and I'm not even exaggerating. Guys, this rear tire is nearly so done. So we're gonna keep just wrecking it. We got Supermoto tires that we can put on here shortly. Honestly, not the best timing because winter is coming and I feel like dual sport tires are arguably better in the winter, but who cares? The further you get into South Philly, the more and more residential it becomes. So it's really just a lot of like old row homes, not quite as many like commercial businesses. Parking in South Philly is a nightmare specifically because of that. Looks like an old Mr. Softy truck there. Excuse me, everybody. Very much residential down through here. So this is like the Italian market area down here as well. Very Italian. A lot of Italian and Mexican restaurants down here. Honestly, I gotta come down here for food more often. I rarely do. All right, and we got Pat's King of Steaks here. That's their food truck they have, and then the actual Pat's King of Steaks is right there. So as you can see, take a look at this signage and all. Little corner spot. And then we have Geno's. I think arguably Geno's has a much more aesthetic look to it. Oh, are they cash only? Luckily they have an ATM right here, but first downside, cash only. Crisp 20. You want to move the bike? Is it ruining your shot? You know, I thought it would add to it, but... You want to get a picture on it? You can. Can I just do cheesesteak, whiz, and onions, please? Yes, sir.
14. How fast that thing go?
Right now it goes about 60, 62. It's pretty quick. Yeah, it's not bad. It's perfect for the city, you know?
How far you get with the charge?
I just did like a whole test on it the other day. You can get anywhere between 30 to 50 miles. It just depends how you ride. So like if you're riding it like 60 miles an hour a lot, that kills battery. But in the city, like you can ride all damn day.
They say them things are like powerful shit.
Yeah, they are. People get on them and they kind of like, yeah. I wheelie the shit out of it too. Yeah, it's fun. I'll show you when I leave some wheelies on it too.
Now, did you have a gas bike before that?
I did, yeah. I had a 250 and a 300 before this, and now I don't ride any gas bikes.
Go back and all do this.
Nah, like I've thought about it, but it's just, this is so much more convenient. You can ride it all through the street, no problems whatsoever. Cops don't give you any trouble. Nah, I should be okay. Thank you though. Appreciate you, bro. Pretty popular spot, as you can tell, even on Veterans Day. Okay, we're gonna ride to a nice little spot to eat this, give us our review. Guys, this is the best part about the frickin' foot brake, man. Holding the drink, even drinking. Can we get the straw? Pull this out a little more. Very nice. I'd love to wheelie with this thing right now. Like I could do it, but it's just hard for me to like pop up with just the foot brake. With one hand, I'm saying. All right, I'm taking us onto the Delaware River Trail so we can get a nice little spot on the water here to enjoy our semi. This'll do. Got the water right there, the Delaware. And then we got a freaking bench, are you kidding me? Cheesesteak sized pouch. Oh. Hopefully we didn't spill anything. Whiz whip, baby. Let's go. So you can see these are the more thinly sliced ones. If you were to go to Pat's across the street, they chop it all up super fine. So that's really the main difference. But the bread, the cheese, the onions, all pretty much the same. Look at this thing. Again, thinly sliced meat. She's a beaut. All right, you guys are gonna get a double angle view of me frickin' trying this thing. It's been a minute since I've had Geno's, so we're just gonna cut it. We're just gonna rip it. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Should've got napkins. That's good. Definitely a little oily, I will say. You can see here. Oil just dripping out of that thing. I think it's best if you can eat it while it's super fresh, so the bread doesn't get too soggy, but this is like perfect. It was in my bag for like a few minutes maybe. That's why there's like 35 Hellcats behind me. It is Philly after all. This meat is super soft meat, which I prefer. I think Pat's is a little more tough, which I don't like as much, so I think Geno's gets it for me. Dude, just a random Talari in the wild. He didn't even stop by. That's crazy. Well guys, that sandwich was housed. It was good. Again, it was 14 bucks. I think I'd recommend it. I think it's good for Philly. I still definitely gotta go try Angelo's though. If I had to rate it, I'd give it a 7.2 out of 10, which I think that's a pretty good score. So I'm gonna test how good I am at this foot brake. I haven't really tried pulling a wheelie with just one hand with the foot brake. So let's try, I guess. Actually not horrible. Wonder where that other Talaria went. Are you kidding me? Leave no trace. Look at all the damn shopping carts back here. People obviously are living back here. Should be able to fit onto this. I recall there being some glass out here, which is a little sketchy. Yeah, there's glass. Hate that. Especially with my super bald tires. Nice. Oh, this is all glass, bro. What the f? There's nothing worse than a flat tire, too. But yeah, guys, you'll have to let me know if you enjoy this style of video. I mean, I love watching people ride, and I love food. I don't know if I love watching people eat, but I love seeing the food. So if this is a series you might be interested in, let me know. Happy to make it, because it's kind of like what I do anyways, which is ride and eat food so I can, you know, continue to exist. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, let me know if this is some sort of content you'd be interested in watching. We're on our road to 100K, so please subscribe if you're not already. It would help me greatly. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.